So you got to make sure you got a clean neck, girl. You can't just be out here putting your wig down on a little dirty neck. Clean the back of that neck, girl.
Listen long enough, you can love me.
For another video, and guess what? It is Wine and Wigs Wednesday. Clink, 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 clink. So today I'm quickly going to be going through this wig that I have going on here. She's a little special, she's a little different, and she's perfect for summertime because you get to wear her up on top of your head. But before we get into that, we're going to get into this wine. This wine is like a margarita wine. This one is the Golden Margarita Wine Cocktail. So it is a margarita, but it's not made with tequila. It's made with wine. I got it from Costco, and I think it was only like $8 or $9. And it's perfect for summertime. I love it. Y'all see this hair right here? Look at these waves. I didn't curl her or nothing. This wig right here is from BeaHairs.com. Now, BeaHairs.com is an online wig store, hair store, where you can buy different wigs, and one of the wigs that you can purchase is this one right here. They've also sponsored this video. So this wig right here is the pre-plucked Brazilian Virgin Curly Wave 360 lace wig, which means you have lace all the way around the head, and then it's kind of like tracks in the middle, but you're able to wear your hair up and stuff like that. So these are this is the curl pattern here. Isn't she super gorgeous and pretty? This one came in 20 inches. Now this looks more like 22 inches to me, but this one's 20 inches long. It's 200% density, which is thick and full. It also came with adjustable straps and I think 4 combs in the cap, which I cut all of it out. And the hairline came pre-plucked, so I did not pluck the hairline at all. Like, my forehead looks huge because I applied a wig to my hairline. Girl, the chrome dome, it came pre-plucked, so I didn't have to pluck it at all. It was pre-plucked all the way around. The great thing about this wig is that you actually can wear it up. For me, I didn't have to customize the back. I want to go ahead and show y'all what the back looks like, and I want to show y'all what it looks like when she's up. Okay, y'all excited? Okay, so I've done like a really messy top knot, but I want y'all to see what the back looks like. So this is what the hair looks like when she's put up. Like, I didn't put any baby hairs down on this side because the hair was covering that. I'm not gonna waste my time doing all that. I know the other girls do it, but girl, I'm lazy. I got a job, I got things to do. This is my first time ever doing this with the wig, like gluing it down in the back, and I actually like it. So you got to make sure you got a clean neck, girl. You can't just be out here putting your wig down on a little dirty neck. Clean the back of that neck, girl. Let me go ahead and take her down because no ma'am. So if you want to see what I did to customize this wig and make her look perfect for summer so we can do updos and get this wig off our neck, please keep on watching, and then I'll be back. So we're going to start off by cutting off our front combs on the front of the wig cap before we bleach our knot. So just take your time, be gentle with the scissors, do not cut the lace. It's easy to make that mistake, so just cut at the thread. I'm using some bleach that I'll leave down below to bleach the knots, but that's not what this video is about. I didn't bleach the back because I was being lazy, but we have an alternative method to making that blend. So I cut off all of the combs on the back as well, and I'm making sure I'm snipping at the thread itself and not the actual lace cap. Now, I actually did make some mistakes when I was taking out the adjustable straps, but you just have to be more careful than I was. I am slowly cutting away at the thread of the adjustable straps so I can cut it away and it looks more flush in the back. I don't know if you can tell, but when you look through your lace, you can actually see the adjustable straps, and that's not what we want when you're doing buns on your wig. So we're just going to take our time and cut away at the straps and then at the attachments for the straps as well. So this part was the hardest part. You have to take your time, and as you can see, I'm lifting and using the scissors to cut at the thread. Just slowly do this until it pulls up. But as you can see, I cut a hole in the lace, so I'm just using some yellow thread, just whatever thread that I had, but it's better to use flesh tone thread, and I'm sewing the hole back together because y'all not gonna see a hole at the back of my neck. That's just not the look that we're going for. So just take your time and just I'm doing a tiny little stitch there, and you really couldn't tell in the end, so I fixed it, girl, don't worry about it. Now we're going to cut away at our lace. Take your time doing that as well. We want it to be as close to the hairline as possible. So just go around the lace, the front and the back, and take your time. As you can see, I did it around the back side as well, and I trimmed it to the shape of the back of my head just to make sure it fit correctly because this cap was a little bit big. Now we're at the back of the wig, and I'm cutting away some baby hairs. After looking at the footage, I think I did a little bit too much. But you know, it's a learning experience. It's my first time. I'm using the Iman Luxury Powder Foundation to create more of a skin tone color at the back, and I'm using the Got to Be Glued gel. Since I didn't bleach the knots, I want to just create a different sort of color situation at the back, and I'm just blow drying the Got to Be Glued spray on the back so it sets it in and makes it look more flesh tone. So now we're going to put on our wig as normal. I do this method every single time I put on my lace frontal wig. I just apply some Got to Be Glued gel, blow dry it till it gets tacky, and then once it is tacky, I just add the lace to my head. Make sure you pull away the hair so it doesn't get stuck in the gel. And I just take my time when placing the lace on my head. We do the front first because if you do it on the back, it's just going to look a mess. So we do the front side of the wig first, and I'm just making sure it melts down with the end of a comb. If you use your fingers, it kind of creates a mess on the front of your head. So use an object just to smooth it down. I like using the comb as well just to get all the tacky edges, but you really have to take your time. On video, it looks like it takes like 5 minutes, but in reality, in order to melt your lace, for me, it takes about 20 minutes. So I'm adding some Got to Be Glued spray and melting down the parts of the lace that did not stick, and that happens a lot, so you just have to be patient and work through it. And I'm using the blow dryer just to melt down all of the gel and dry it all up before we start moving on to our next step, which is blending in the lace. As you can see, I still have lifted edges, but like I said, take your time, be patient, girl. I hope you're not trying to apply a wig in 10 minutes because it's going to look a mess. Unless you're a professional, you know what you're doing. But as you can see, it looks very, very seamless. And now we're going to make it look more seamless by adding some stick foundation from Iman. And I'm just applying that. It's like my flesh tone or my contour tone, since my contour is on my forehead. And I'm wearing makeup, so it has to blend into the makeup and not my skin. So now that I've applied that, I'm just going to figure out where my part is going to be. And I think I'm going to want a side part, but we're just going to place our hair up and do the back side. So I'm just kind of placing it and trying to figure out where I would like it to lay. And it already looks pretty seamless in the back. They did a great job with this 360 lace frontal by plucking it. But I'm using the Got to Be Glued gel and adding that to the back of my head. Now that I see it, I probably should have added it a little bit lower, but this is a first time experience. You're learning with me. So I'm using the blow dryer just to go ahead and make it tacky, just like I did on the front side. And I'm just going to hold it onto there until it starts to get a little bit sticky. And you can see when the texture is sticky, your fingers can feel it. And I'm just going to apply the lace onto the back of my head. Now the back of your head is much harder than the front. It does take more time, but if you have a good lace, it looks very, very seamless. It's easier to blend on the back side to me, obviously. So I'm using the back of the comb like I did on the front side of my head just to melt it down and to make sure it sticks. And I'm using the comb bristles just to make sure the lace is sticking in all the areas on the back. I'm using the blow dryer just to make sure it's sticking like I would like it to. And as you can see, some areas lift, but you can still add more gel to it and apply it once again. But like I said, take your time, girl. There's no rush when we're trying to look cute. So I'm blow drying the last of it. And this is the final look at the back. I do love how it turned out. It looked really, really natural for my first time. Now we're going to go back to the front and finish the customization on the front. So I'm going to just part it on the side where I originally wanted it parted. And I'm going to just use a hot comb to flatten out the hair and to make it look a little bit more natural and flatten it down, and also add my contour powder to that area that I applied the foundation because it looked a little bit light. Now we're going to add a little baby hair just right there. It's just one little group of baby hairs right there, gang right there, but I'm not doing it anywhere else because like I said, I'm lazy. I don't got time for all of that baby hair laying. So I'm just going to lay it down with some mousse. And I'll leave the mousse that I used down below. I can't remember what it is now. And I'm going to use like a comb just to make sure it lays down flat. And use some Pro Concealer just to highlight that part and make her pop. And that's it. What do y'all think? I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Again, this is the first time I've ever done it, girl. So don't judge me. But it'll do, girl. Because when that neck's high, it don't matter what that wig is looking like in the back. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please, please, please subscribe. I love you all. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.